Hey everybody, on this episode of Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers, we talk about some car line drama that involves me. And also, we have craziness happening in the world of teaching, but are we steering the narrative the way that we should? And lastly, we are going to talk about the most ridiculous parent questions that have been asked to teachers. Tune in. This episode of Crying in My Car, a podcast starts now. Hey everybody, welcome to Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. My name is Devin Siebold, and I've got my good buddy, Mr. James Eon.
What is up?
We are comedians. He's a parent. I'm a teacher, or was a former teacher, and we're here to hopefully make you laugh and ease that work week. Now, I've been getting a lot of comments, people saying, hey, love it, love the podcast. We did a show in Salt Lake City together, James, and
that was amazing.
Never been
to Salt Lake City, and they did come out.
Yeah.
Hundreds of people came out, and I got to meet you, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Because they made me feel important.
Yes.
Really
it was funny because I said, James, hey, before the show, would you mind sitting at the merch table? We got it all set up. And he was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I go out there and I'm like, how'd everything go? He's like, people actually know me.
Yeah.
He's like, people were coming up saying hi to me. And I was like, do I owe you money?
No, they gave me money. Like, it was great.
That's odd.
The last of their money, they're teachers. They were like, no, it was really cool to have people walk up and be like, I love listening to you guys. It's great to meet you.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. You know, I'm the social butterfly. Like, I love being amongst people. So it was really cool to get to know people. There's one in particular that was so kind, and she actually reached out after I got back home. CJ, I'm sure she's been a fan forever.
Yeah, she's been a big podcaster.
Because she said that several times.
Supporter, for a while.
She has. So thank you, CJ, for making me feel like a star. She actually wanted to hear me speak, which is so different than being at home.
Right.
Nobody wants to hear me there.
No,
they were really cool.
Yeah.
And the audience was amazing.
They were great. They were awesome.
They were, man.
Salt Lake showed up, and it was funny because the number one comment was, "Can you not have it on a school night?" And it was the night before, the last day before fall break, and it was so many teachers going, "Can you not have it on a school night? Can you not have it on a school night?" I said, "Look, it's got to be on school night."
Yeah,
but here's the thing: we're going to start at 7.
We did,
and we will be done at 8:30. The first comic took the stage at 7, and I said goodnight at 8:30.
Yes,
It's funny because the host Jake, he goes, I've never seen a comedy show go specifically on time. I said, you never performed to a room full of teachers.
Yes.
Because at 8:31, there's going to be, he's funny, but I've got to grade papers. I got to get to sleep.
I will say that's one of the comments I kept hearing over and over again while they were waiting in line, and I was sitting at the merch table. Thank you for starting at this time, because we can't stay out late. A lot of the teachers I found that day didn't go home from school.
No.
They came straight to the show so they could just save gas.
I know. I could see the mascara running down their face. I'm like, straight from school?
Yeah.
Got
straight
it.
from the car, I was crying. That's
right.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah. It was cool, though. It was really awesome to see all the people that came out. So thank you. If you came out and supported us in Salt Lake City, we may do some more shows like that. The two of us.
Awesome.
It's funny because the number one comment we see online is their chemistry is great. And, well, we have an announcement. I'm just kidding. No, we're good friends.
He's made an honest man of me.
We've been friends for so long.
We have. It was amazing.
Here's the thing. I've known you for a while.
A long time.
You know that I am a nice guy, right?
You are
I try to be
nice.
I try to be nice. Now, I got in some car line drama the other day.
That's where it happens.
I got in the car line drama.
We talked about this.
I've never let the car line get to me. The other day, the car line got me. And this is the thing. It was the morning drop-off.
Oh, it wasn't even afternoon?
It wasn't the afternoon where everybody's staying in line.
Car line's happy.
In the afternoon.
In the morning.
Yeah, in the afternoon, it's usually the stress.
Yeah.
In the morning, it's the get out.
Pretty much.
Thank goodness they're
tuck and roll.
Yes, exactly. So I'll be honest. I'll play it play by play. Exactly what happened. You tell me, was I in the wrong here? Okay.
Before you start, could I ask one question?
Yeah.
Did the authorities get called?
No.
Okay. All right.
But I'll get to that.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I'm pulling around to drop off my kids. I'm having a good day. I'm about to drop off my kids.
Yeah.
Bye, kids. Dad loves you. Have a good day. Don't forget your lunchbox. As I'm pulling around, it goes into, like, from 2 lanes, it has cones that go into 1 lane.
You merge.
Okay?
Yes.
And there is a specific cone there and a cone there, and you merge into 1 lane.
Yes.
Now, I'm the only car that I can see, and I go over to the right lane, and all of a sudden, a BMW just goes straight through the cones, just goes around the cones, and then just around everybody. Starts weaving in and out of the cars where there's kids that could be crossing at this time.
Yes, absolutely.
And then pulls directly, like, to the side to drop off their kids. Now, their kid took a little while. I'm all the way in the back, and I said, you know what? There's a point where you can pull around the cars. After you go around the turn,
Yes.
you can pull around the cars. I pull around the cars. I get in front of him, and I just go to let my kids out of the car. They get out of the car, and then I go to pull out, and I turn, and I am out there, and then he just floors it around me, almost hits me, okay? And at that point, I just didn't like this person.
I understand. No, I don't like him. I don't even know him.
I kept to myself. I gave a little, little,
Courtesy,
don't like you.
Courtesy beep. That's a courtesy beep. Beep, beep.
Yep, courtesy.
You didn't hold it down. No.
And then we went around the corner. As we went around the corner, I can see them in the car mouthing off to me. So then I decided to give a little longer of a little whoop.
Ooh, that's a warning shot.
Yes.
That's a warning
little
shot.
warning shot over the bow of the BMW. And we go around the corner out of the view of the children. And I may have I may have made a suggestive gesture to the person in the vehicle.
Can I guess that you told him that he was number 1?
Number 1.
Yeah.
The top of his class.
But you didn't use this finger.
No,
Got
I
it.
did not. Top of the class.
Got it.
I was not happy with this person. And then they, like, leaned out the window.
Of course.
And screaming at me, doing a whole bunch of number 1s to me. And I'm just like, are you serious right now? You were the chaos back there.
Absolutely.
You caused this.
Yes.
Take your number 1 and go home.
Take it with you.
Yes, take it with you. I'll package it for you.
I put it in the to-go box.
Yeah, just put it right in there, wrap it up, tie it with the bow. There you are. And so I get around, and they go one way, I go the other. Anyways, like an hour later.
Oh, no.
We get an all-school call. Parents, could you please control yourselves in the parking lot during drop-off? And I was like,
Who saw?
I don't know. But I was
Okay, first off, I want to know something. If you go to Devin's school, if you're a parent and you take your child there, who snitched? Okay, first off, which one of you parents
because I have something for you to take home, too.
I got 2 of them.
Yeah, I got 2 doggy bags. No, I honestly, I don't know who said.
You're never that guy.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
When I went to go pick up the kids in the afternoon, I was like, I'm going to take the other car.
Smart.
I took the second car. And she's like, the AC doesn't work. I'm like, it's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's only 97. I don't know. It's good. I just
fine.
wanted to heat up a little bit, You
don't need to really breathe. That's funny.
Yeah,
so it's funny to me because I've never seen you like that.
And what's funnier is now when I go to drop off the kids, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm looking around. You know that meme of that guy walking into the courtroom in the jumpsuit, and he's like looking around. He's like who's gonna try me?
Yeah,
that's me.
That's you now.
Car line. I'm like, where is he?
Maintain
I
dominance.
I haven't seen the BMW since.
I just would like to know where the BMW was going.
Like they were in a rush, obviously.
Where are they going?
But when you're in a rush, don't rush through the car line. People are safety. When you're speeding out, and when you floor it around other cars, there's kids that go in between the cars sometimes.
Absolutely.
And what if I was thinking about too? Like, what if my kid opened that other door or something? I mean, you just never know.
Through it. Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, they were going crazy. It was on them. I waited until the curve. I was like, you wait till we get around this curve. And then we got around the curve, and I was like, I let him have it. Anyways, so yeah, that was me. If you got the call and you were like, "Hey, who's causing chaos in the car line?" Not me,
not
but
Devin.
also kind of me.
Kind of me.
All
yeah.
right, so now
That's so funny.
the last thing I want to talk about for the initial topic too is something a little on the side that is something that we haven't really talked about here, but I talked about it with the Secretary of Education. So I interviewed the Secretary of Education.
I remember.
Now, when I interviewed the Secretary of Education, he said they were doing something, and I want the opinions of our listeners because I haven't seen it. Okay. He said that we need to get out there, the government was going to get out there, the Department of Education, teachers were going to get out there and change the narrative on teachers. You know, there's like a negativity, a stigma around being a teacher nowadays. They've thrown so many words at us, like groomer or, socialists. Indoctrinator. Yeah, things like that. I still see that stuff online.
So do I.
Clicked on a article today about teachers. It was genuinely a good article. And I'm looking through my news article and I click on the comments and I'm still seeing all that stuff, and you think to yourself, it'll go away, but it's not. They're almost doubling down on it. These people that truly think this, and 9 times out of 10, you click on them, and they're too old to have kids in school. They don't have any kids in school or grandkids in school, and they
the loudest voices are the people that don't even deal with it.
Yep.
That's and people listen to those voices, which is horrible for teachers and whatnot. I don't understand it because the more and more I meet people, like we going to Salt Lake City, more and more I meet teachers, I understand they're nothing but, for the most part, wonderful people who truly do the job because they care about those kids. They're not there for the money. We all know that. Right. Teachers are there because they care. So I would like to do my part as a parent. How do I help teachers?
Yeah, how do we change
that narrative?
I just remember talking to the Secretary of Education. He's like, we're just working really hard to change the narrative. I said, how are we going to combat the negativity? He's like, well, teachers and the Department of Education are going to change the narrative. And I'm like, okay, any day now, and it's not, I see great things online from teachers that post positive things from their classroom. I see teachers that love and care, but also I do see some negativity coming from teachers too. Like, I went on, and we'll talk about Reddit today. I went on Reddit and I got a Reddit thing to close today. But it used to be like when you went on Reddit and you clicked on teachers, it was like, here's a funny story that happened in my classroom. Yeah. Here's this is what happened with this. Occasionally I'm mad my principal did this or something like that. Now I click on it and man, some of the stuff I can't even read because there's so many F-bombs in there. And they're I'm mad at this. Screw that. And I'm like, if I were not a teacher and I clicked on it, I would be like, man, teachers are really mad. Yeah. How do we change A, teacher mentality, and B, public mentality of teachers? And are they hand in hand? Is that one thing that we're just so sick of being, talked down upon that sometimes you go, you know what? I don't have support elsewhere. I'm going to stand up for myself, and I'm going to say this even though I shouldn't. I'm going to act this way even though I shouldn't.
I just have a response for it.
Okay.
Like anything in life, I think your response you're going to get has to do with your approach.
Yeah.
If I was a teacher and I want to change the narrative, you got to understand how people are going to perceive what you say and do. If you're dropping F-bombs, if you're saying screw this person and you're not offering any solutions, even though you might be right.
Right.
People are going to view it as being something negative. So I know that's easier said than done, teachers. Trust me, I know. But it starts from within. Like I say about parenting, and you want your kid to do better in school. It starts at home with you first.
I agree.
So you got to do what can you do to change it from your own perspective and within your own power?
Okay, yeah, and I'm going to piggyback on that.
Yeah.
Because you said the one word that I think so much we need to incorporate when we post online. Not just teachers in general, anybody, but a majority of teachers. A lot of times we post problems and we're not seeking a solution or we're not offering a solution.
Yes.
I, for one, put out my State of Teaching videos, which should be out by the time this broadcast airs. My State of Teaching videos, one of the first things I did is I want to address a problem in teaching.
Yes.
But I don't want to leave it open-ended and go, this is what we're dealing with. I want to offer a solution, Yes. And that's the thing is I think that when we have, so the kids are acting this way and I'm having to deal with this and parents are this way, I want to say, okay, what's the next step? How can I help? You know, a lot of people say, you're not in the classroom anymore. You don't get to talk for us. Okay, fine. You don't want me to talk for you? Whatever.
Okay.
I won't talk for you. But it doesn't stop me from helping and getting your message out. If you have something to say that you want broadcasts and talked about and addressed, I get messages all the time. And guess what I do?
Yes.
Talk about them.
And here's what I like about that, because even if you don't teach anymore, there's certain things that happen when you put a post up, when you have a reach like you do. People will offer best practices. They will comment and say, okay, I had the similar problem. Here's what I did, and I found that this helped. Or another person, I did this, and this actually helped. So you can be that catalyst. You can be that spark that actually finds a solution to that problem. So there's nothing wrong with you not being a teacher anymore and still offering help or bringing up a problem.
You know, maybe we should teach, this is a funny analogy, but maybe we should treat teaching like online car blogs. And what I say by that is I looked the other day, I couldn't figure out how to remote start my car. It has the button on it, and we just got it, and I keep clicking it, and it's not doing it. And I'm holding it, it's not doing it. And I was like, what the heck? You know, I went online, somebody's like, how do I remote start this? And they said the exact car
same
I had.
thing, yeah.
And then the first comment was, here's what you do, you know? But imagine if we did that, you know, no solution. Like, how do I well, first off, you're an idiot for not knowing how you're doing it. And secondly, why did you even get that car to begin with?
Who wrote this, my
don't
wife?
You know that, exactly. I mean, we have to just do the problem solution. We got to work on that. And it's not just teachers, it's everybody. I mean, there's a lot of complaining online in general.
And I like the fact you started this out with, hey, I'd like to hear your opinion, because like I said, you guys can share your best practices. What are some of the things that you guys are doing as teachers to try to change that?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to hear it. And, you know, hopefully we can start some good discussion. Now, let's jump into the teachers in the news. So we have an Indiana teacher who went missing in Puerto Rico. Unfortunately, is presumed deceased. There was a body that was found. Now, it's sad. This was an Indiana teacher, Miss Webster. She went missing in Puerto Rico, and unfortunately, she was vacationing there. She is an elementary school teacher. You never like seeing that. I never like seeing that teachers went missing. You know, and originally when I had pulled this up, it was originally a missing person. We don't know where she is. Now, obviously, I didn't want to just not talk about it, because obviously this is a real person. I don't, they found her. Well, let me not acknowledge her. Obviously, you know, sorry to the family of Miss
Thoughts
Webster.
and prayers to her family, of course.
Definitely. You know, for what happened. I'm sure the authorities will get down to it and figure it out. But that's a shame. I've been to Puerto Rico. It was a beautiful country. You know, obviously something very tragic happened in this particular instance. Now, one thing that I would like to address. This is a complete side note.
Okay.
But it is because I get so mad about this. I clicked on this when she was still missing. And do you know that the newspaper had a paywall? I don't think we should have paywall on missing persons articles.
Absolutely not.
And I don't know if that's an industry standard or practice, but it needs to be. I'm advocating for that. That made me so mad when you click on it and it says person missing, and I can't see their face. I can't find out what the situation is. What if I was in Puerto Rico at the time?
What if you knew something?
I could have helped.
Yes.
And I have to pay $1.99 to read that article and see who's missing. That needs to be an industry standard, not just for teachers, but everybody. That's just a side rant. That just made me so livid when I clicked on it.
I can imagine.
Am I wrong?
No, not at all. I mean, that just makes sense.
I think there's some news articles that we need to go, okay, maybe we don't charge the public for that one.
Information.
Gosh, I don't know. That just made me mad. So, Miss Webster, R.I.P., and, you know, obviously thoughts and prayers to the family there. Going out to Alabama. This one is a Baldwin County Schools employee. It was arrested. A shocking arrest. Now, this was a teacher who was an elementary school teacher who is accused of some misconducts of the sexual nature. Now, here's the thing. I am not going to address this man. He deserves none of our time. The accusations are not good. That said, I wanted to ask our listeners, because I found this incredibly odd. I read the article, and it said that this particular person works at such and such elementary, such and such elementary, such and such elementary, and such middle school, and has been placed on administrative leave. He works at 3 elementary schools and a middle school.
How?
I don't know. So, do you work at multiple schools? I would love to know, is that a thing? Now, this was in Alabama.
Okay.
This is in Alabama.
Okay.
And I don't know if they have a different thing there. Mm-hmm. You work one grade in the morning, one grade in the afternoon, one grade on Wednesday or Tuesday, and a Thursday. I've heard of like reading coaches that maybe bounce around, psychology,
but not an actual teacher.
He's a registered actual teacher who it says was in the elementary school classroom. So he was actually working in the classroom and was a teacher. So I was taken back by the working at 4 different schools.
That's weird.
It happened in Loxley, Alabama, if you need more specifics on it to look it up. The schools are addressing it, obviously. The law enforcement's addressing it. But that particular one, side note, just wanted to bring that up. Now, on to the more serious stuff. Now, not that that's not serious.
Yeah,
that's
that was
very serious.
Pretty serious. Yeah, I was like,
I mean, the subject of teaching in multiple schools. That's not serious. Okay, so here's this. This is a $3 million proposal that is tackling DeKalb. I'm going to let you know right now, I've never pronounced a location correctly on this show. I have had so many people respond, well, that was wrong. And DEKALB. DeKalb?
DeKalb. I'm going DeKalb.
DeKalb?
I'm doing DeKalb.
Okay, DeKalb County teacher shortage is apparently being proposed a solution. So they have a solution. It is a $3 million plan, and it is hopefully to tackle this teacher shortage. They want to recruit new teachers. Now, James, we talked about this at length.
Yes, we have.
This one is, again, following the model of wanting to do a residency program, okay? Now, here's the thing, okay? Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. The superintendent says, I don't think it'll work, but here's the thing that bothers me so much. In the discussions, they said, we're not sure we have the money. $3 million teacher residency recruitment. We're not sure we have the money. Then they say, by the way, right now we are short 200 teachers. The question I have, where's the money that you would have been paying to the teachers going? Because I did the math. Mm-hmm. I looked up DeKalb County. I'm gonna say DeKalb. DeKalb County. I looked it up, and the starting pay in DeKalb County is $53,000 a year.
How much?
That's not bad.
No.
Yeah, $53,000. That's okay. That said, if you're missing 200 teachers and you had hired them all at the base rate, first year, no experience, you are saving $10.6 million in employment.
Yes, you are.
Where does that money go?
Yes.
That's just what I want to know.
Where's that
You said you don't have $3 million to start up a recruitment drive, but you are saving $10 million a year at minimum by not having these teachers. That's what I've always wanted to know. Because in Polk County, they kept saying, we're short teachers.
Yeah.
Okay, you're short teachers. Also, we don't have the money to pay the current teachers. What? But you're short 400 teachers. That's $20 million.
Yes, it is.
What happened? So, and then I want to go, what if we had 400 teachers apply tomorrow? And you suddenly have $20 million to give out. You have that money, right?
Yeah.
It's like...
So, I'm going to tell you right now, Devin, never been a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Never taught math, but that math ain't math.
It ain't math.
That don't add up. Now, here's the other thing about the story that I found interesting. They have 200 teachers that are short.
Yep.
And they have $3 million.
Yep.
Are they buying 4 houses and everybody just...
Well, they mean train them on the spot.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah. So I don't know, $3 million, 200 teachers short. I mean, they're sitting there saying we don't have the money. It sounds to me like you got the money. It sounds to me like you're just wanting to maybe save the money for a rainy. They keep throwing that money in a rainy day fund. And the rainy day fund just goes to their raises when they're ready.
And I don't. Hey, DeKalb County, if you don't got the money, you ain't got no teachers.
You ain't got no teachers.
That's it.
Yeah, get the money. Which, by the way, I read, and I didn't put it in here because we've talked about it so many times, but I read about it, and it said that there's obviously a teacher shortage,
Yeah.
And they said that the number one reason they interviewed college majors, signing up, and they were like, why didn't you choose teaching? And every one of them go, well, I was going to choose teaching, but they don't make enough money.
That's right. That's right.
There you go.
Yep, that's right. Hey, there you go.
All right. Okay, this next one is a concern of mine because I'm afraid that this is going to be the future of election fixing.
Uh-oh.
Okay? Johnston Community School District is holding an election, okay? That election is on November 7th. You have to vote on election day in Johnston County.
November 7th.
Johnston Community, yeah.
Okay.
November 7th. On that same day, teachers have school, and the county scheduled after-school parent-teacher conferences that go until after the election polls close.
That is shady.
So the teachers have to stay at school from the moment the polls open to the moment the polls close.
Okay. How can that be, and who let him get away with that?
I don't know.
That is shady.
But the parents said they're concerned about the flexibility of them having, because they get off work, and they have to go.
That's right.
You know, I mean, you're taking out an entire sect of people. Move it. Mm-hmm. Just move it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I honestly, I don't know about you, federal holiday.
Yeah.
I think Election Day should be a federal holiday.
Well, everybody gets a chance.
Every person needs to, but that's the thing, is they can look at this and go, how do the teachers normally vote?
Oh, you know how.
Okay, all right. And the school board, who knows that the teachers don't like them, can go, you know, I think November 7th is a great day to have some meetings. And at what time the polls close? 7? We should run till 7:30.
There you go. You know what? Make it 8.
Make it 8.
We'll order Uber Eats. It'll be fine.
But that's the funny thing is, I would love to know. I say do it. I say stay, don't vote. I want to know, do the representatives get time to vote too? Are they going to the polls? What's your schedule allow? Mm-hmm. You're telling me, the elected official, that gets to time out of their day to vote?
I have
the school board?
a 1-hour lunch break.
I know.
That I get to use.
Yep. And after that, I'll have my chauffeur take me around to the library.
Now, by the way, the reason I said, November 7th, that's an important day in my life. That is it will mark this year 30 years I have been with my beautiful wife.
Ooh,
30 years we've been together. Thank you.
And you still don't get to vote either.
I do not.
I don't. The polls have never opened in this home.
Gerrymandering at its best. That's so funny.
Yeah, man. That's congratulations, though. That's
Thank
huge.
You, brother.
Now,
Appreciate
I'm
you.
also going to offer a second solution.
Ooh.
Listen to me, Johnston Community School. I have an idea.
Okay.
School-wide field trip to the library that day.
You can vote. That's
School-wide
not bad.
Field trip to the library. Take them in buses. Kids get to see, and not only that, but maybe even let them see the voting process that's going on. What an eye-opening community event.
There you go.
Yes, I think that should be the way they do it. But hey, who am I to decide?
That's so great.
But yes, I just am concerned about that. It says there are some absentee ballots that you can apply for. So if you're listening to this, you're in Johnston County, you're like, I didn't know that. Yep. Now you do. Get that ballot quick, or make those plans. Have somebody watch. Yeah. Now time to head to the last part of this particular thing here. What I go onto Reddit, and let me tell you right now, when I go onto Reddit, I click on Reddit, and then I go, why did I go to Reddit?
Every time.
Because it's literally like the biggest cesspool of the internet. The internet is a cesspool in general, but
it's the Wild Wild West.
It is the Wild Wild West. It is unfiltered. People hiding behind Kraken FX names.
I love it.
And Anonymous and Chewbacca and Super Macaroni Monster. And I'm like,
Macaroni Monster.
That's whatever. Yeah. But anyways, I was reading this, and I came across one topic that I thought was pretty good. And one of it was, what is the dumbest parent question that you've ever gotten?
Ooh.
This was asked in the teacher forum. I'm not going to divulge names.
You shouldn't.
It is public.
Gotcha.
So I'm not going into any private chats and divulge anything.
We'll say it like they do on court shows, to protect the innocent.
Protect the innocent, yes. Yeah. So I thought some of these were really good. Okay. And some of them you literally go, what? And then some of them I read and I go, oh, I've heard that.
Yeah.
But one of them said, I got a notification, this is what a parent said to the teacher. I got a notification that my student is missing an assignment. Why is that?
Well, let me see.
I got my magic 8-ball here. It says no work. I don't know.
Work, yes.
Yeah, but I thought that was funny. And the other one says, I see a student that has a 0 from an assignment that closed a month ago, but the rule in our home is no zeros. What are you doing about it? Oh, my bad. I didn't know your home rules.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, that's wild.
Gotcha. 2 rules: go to bed at 10 and no zeros.
Another one, I thought this was wild. One of the parents asked a teacher. They said, "Can you teach my child to play the trumpet? I think that would really help."
Wait, what? Who is the teacher, Willy Wonka?
I don't know. But I'll tell you, if somebody asked me that, I would take out my trumpet and be like,
can you teach my child? And while you're at it, can you teach him to do taxes?
I know.
Where does it stop? Yeah. That's funny.
This one I thought was, it's one of those things where you go, really? A parent asked the teacher, says, why is my son picture not showing up in the app? Okay, so there's an app for school.
Of course. Yeah.
Picture's not showing up in the app. And the teacher responded, well, it's because you checked we don't allow the school to use the picture of the child in the school app.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, no, that's true, but I want to be able to see it on my end.
Okay.
So they want the picture visible to them.
Yeah. The one they already have in their phone.
But not everybody else.
Yeah.
Do you need to know what your child looks like?
Just to remind you.
Oh, that's him. All right.
What are you saying? David? That's funny.
This one, I love it because Florida's involved. The parent said, hey, my child wasn't at the 100% attendance trip. So apparently they have a trip for people that got 100%. Yeah. And he said, but my child does have 100% attendance. And the teacher responded, no, he doesn't. He said, yeah, he does. And then she said, well, you just took 3 weeks off of school to go vacation in Florida. And he said, yes, but he has 100% attendance on the days he's been there.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he's not wrong. I mean,
he ain't right.
Yeah. I mean,
out of all the days my kid went there, he was there those days.
Right.
Got it.
What is that old, if you miss 100% of the time, you're wrong 60% of the time or something? Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, that sounds like that kind of math. Can you send me your plans for the next 1 to 2 months?
Huh.
No.
Yeah.
I don't even know that I plan on being here.
Ma'am, I don't know what I'm doing tonight, let alone.
Somebody said, what do you mean by illustrate the vocabulary word? Illustrate. Does it mean draw a picture?
Oh, wow.
And it said, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, it does. That's what illustrate means.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one, why did you arrest my daughter? She didn't do anything wrong. The daughter was seen on security camera throwing a brick at another student's car and breaking the window and posted about it on Instagram.
Oh, that's not wrong, is it?
Well, I mean, 100% of the time that they weren't breaking the law.
She was a law-abiding citizen.
She was a law-abiding citizen 100% of the time. And then
that's great.
This is a good one. I know it's the second day of school, and the only assignment is a 1-point syllabus signature. But this kid, can he turn it in on Monday? Because I am very concerned with his 0% F over the weekend. What can he do about it? It's the second day of school. There's one assignment. And it's worth 1 point.
Yes.
And you want him to have makeup work over the weekend. How about you sign it?
Yeah, that's it. How about that?
And then I love this one too. And this is I got one more after this. We opted out of getting notifications about school events. Why aren't we getting notices on open house concerts and parties?
Okay. All right.
I hate to tell you, but yeah. And then this is...
I'm going to give you 2 guesses, and the first one doesn't count.
This is my favorite. It was attached to that one. It says, I got a parent who opted out because she didn't want so many emails.
Yes.
And then wanted me to personally forward her the important ones. Right. I'll just be your assistant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, right away, ma'am.
Yes, sir, right away. Coming up.
I just
Can I get some coffee with that?
and then so I've had this one, and this is the last one I'll do, but I've had this one, and this one, I'll be real with you after I say it.
Okay.
You told my daughter she has a project on the country of Georgia. That's not a country. That's a state.
Oh my gosh. No.
Okay.
Stop it. No.
James, I didn't know that until I started teaching geography. I'm gonna be real. I was like, why they got Georgia all the way over here?
Gotcha.
This thing is misprinted. And then I was like,
you were close. They both have funny accents.
yes, they do.
Yeah. There you go.
No peaches in the other one, though.
Nope. Not at all.
I had a lot of students do that.
Yeah.
And that was one that I definitely
That
got.
is so great.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I did have a student one time that believed that China was in New York City because they'd been there. And they
They went to Chinatown.
Yes, but they thought that was China.
China.
And that was the country.
The one with 1 billion people in
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, it could seem like 1 billion, you know. I mean, like, it's a lot of people there, but yeah. So that's.
How did you break it to them? Like,
you know,
did you do this? Like, hey, listen.
no, I just said, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, James, how do people find you online, my friend?
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram. Same account, James Yan Comedian. Thank you guys for the follows. This isn't a big number for you, but right now I am 9 followers away on Instagram to having 7,000 followers.
Great.
Yes.
That's good, man.
Yeah, man. I started last year at 2,200, so
Yeah.
I've been working my butt trying to do this thing.
killing it.
Thank you guys, man.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
And I'm over on Instagram and Facebook, Devin Comedy, Devin Siebold. Don't forget to check me out on the Board Teachers Comedy Tour. Got a lot of tour dates coming up.
Yeah.
Just so you are aware, I was told that a lot of them are sold out or close already for next year.
Oh, nice.
So as soon as you see those tour dates go up, you got to grab them. I can't help. I've had people message me and be like, I waited till the last second. How do I get in?
Don't
and
do
I go,
it. Don't do
sorry.
it. They will sell out. I've
Yeah.
seen these shows. Get
Right.
your tickets now.
So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to rate 5 stars, share this podcast, let everyone know that you enjoy this podcast more than all of the other ones, the best teacher podcasts on the planet. Thank you so much. We'll be back next week with a brand new Crying in My Car, a podcast for teachers. There might be a clip up there. There might be a clip down there. If it's got our face, if it's other people's stuff, come back. Don't click on that, you know. But us, suggested things. That's us. Crying in My Car. Devin Siebold, James Yan, Board Teachers. Watch. New trailer for Indiana Jones. No, don't do that. Don't do that.